Dodgers trade rumors are escalating. A new report reveals a wild trade that has a former Dodger returning to the team. We get into all that in this edition of Dodgers Digest. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach 8,000 subscribers before the trade deadline. Myself and Brad J. We're bringing you everyday Dodger content, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. So we got to get into the story today. The LA Times posted a pretty interesting article talking about, Kenley Jansen. Kenley Jansen, who's currently pitching on the Angels, talking about him coming to the Dodgers. What does everybody think? Should the Dodgers trade for Kenley Jansen? We know the Angels are probably going to be sellers in the next week or so. Playoff hopes are starting to go away. They got a big series against the Mariners this weekend. And, they lost the first game. So, things for them are not looking good. They're going to have to probably win the next few games and go on a crazy winning streak to kind of get back in the playoff conversation. So, the Angels are probably going to be shopping Kenley Jansen, right? Kenley Jansen will be shopped around. And this article talks about why Kenley Jansen could be a good trade match for the Dodgers, who are kind of in need of bullpen pitching, right? That could happen in the coming days. This is what, of course, Bill Shaken of the LA Times was writing about today. He said, talking about how Kenley Jansen was asked about, the whole situation of being traded or not before Friday's game at Angel Stadium just yesterday. And he said, I thought I would play my whole career with the Dodgers. That's what Kenley Jansen said. He thought he was going to play his entire career with the Dodgers. Let's not forget that there was rumors before the season started that Kenley Jansen was going to sign with the Dodgers, right? I mean, that was another rumor that before the season started, he was going to sign with the Dodgers. We know we went to the Red Sox, and there was rumors he was going to come back to L.A. It didn't happen. Instead, he went to the Anaheim. It seems like the Dodgers were not too interested in signing Kenley Jansen. The question is, would they be interested now in trading for him? That would be the next question, right? The Dodgers are urgently shopping for right-handed relievers. In Anaheim, Jansen is enjoying a season that's, by some measures, his best since 2021, his last season with the Dodgers. Kind of crazy. It's been 4 years since Kenley has worn a Dodger jersey, right? First things first, Jansen is not signed with the Angels just to rack up saves. He has 36 saves of 500, which is, of course, a crazy stat. Only Mariano Rivera and Trevor Hoffman have reached that feat of 500, and Jansen can make baseball history, right? But Jansen said, I came here with one goal in mind, and that goal was to help this team turn around and end that playoff drought. That's what I'm here for. If they move me, I'd feel definitely disappointed we didn't accomplish it. And it's looking like the Angels are probably not going to accomplish it, right? I mean, the Angels are likely to hit the longest playoff drought in the majors, which is going to be hit 11 years. It's been since 2014. That was the last time the Angels made the playoffs. So if they don't make it again, it's going to be another season. It's now 2025. And it's most likely going to happen, right? The Angels are currently 4.5 out of a playoff spot. They would have to pass 6 teams to sneak into that last wild card spot. Baseball Prospectus projects their chance of making the playoffs at only 2%. Yeah, 2%. So things are not looking good for the Angels when it comes to them making the playoffs. So they're like I said, they're gonna probably shop Kenley Jansen around. There's no reason to keep this guy around. What's the point? There could be a team like the Dodgers or a contender or another team that's on the fence, right? Say, I don't know, the Red Sox again, the Yankees, the Phillies. There's a lot of teams, as we know, that are currently in the World Series hunt. Probably not the Yankees, right? Red Sox in the playoff hunt. Phillies, Mets, Cubs. These teams are currently, trying to, contend to make the playoffs. Or contend to make the playoffs and be a World Series contender, right? That is clearly what the name of the game is for those teams, right? So the question is, would they trade for a player like Kenley Jansen? I think that's a good question mark. Would they trade for Kenley Jansen? We know the next thing is, would the Dodgers trade for him, right? What does everybody think? Should the Dodgers trade for Kenley Jansen? Would you give this guy another shot with the Dodgers, knowing his history, his playoff history? Would you do it? If you ask me, I wouldn't do it. I would not trade for Kenley Jansen. I think it'd be a mistake to once again trade for him. I think the Dodgers, they've already, they've been through that. It's like a been there, done that situation with Kenley Jansen, and I just don't know if the Dodgers should kind of go through that again. I mean, this guy, I know he's had a good season, 17 saves, only one blown save, a 1.0 earned run average in save situations, which is very good. A 3.1 ERA overall. We know sometimes the Angels are kind of not trying to get a save, so that's why the ERA is a bit higher. But it's his lowest ERA in 4 years, right? I mean, it's been a good season for Kenley Jansen, right? It's not like Kenley Jansen has had a bad season, right? And the Dodgers, we know, are in serious trouble when it comes to the injuries. Phillips out for the year. Trining could return next week. We don't know what kind of Trining we're going to see. Kopech maybe next month. Gratterall September, although that might get pushed back to the playoffs. And, these guys are not like certainties that they're going to really make a difference this year, right? Whereas Jansen, been around since 15 years. He's never been on the injury list because of an elbow or forearm issue. His 2 stints were for shoulder inflammation. They were brief. So Jansen has never really had serious injuries, right? The Dodgers know if they get him, he's going to stay healthy. They're going to rely on him. He's going to be able to pitch. And the Dodgers could drop Jansen into their mix of high-leverage right-handers. They would not want Jansen if he would want to be the unquestioned closer, right? And I don't think Jansen, at this point in his career, is a closer, right? I mean, he could be a closer on the Angels, but I don't know if he, for the Dodgers, this is another situation. The Dodgers are going to be playing in pretty important playoff games and all that. So I don't know if Jansen is at that level, for him to be closing out like Game 5 of the NLDS. I mean, I just can't see that, especially when you got Tanner Scott on the roster, is currently injured, but he's going to come back and he's going to have that spot. I mean, Tanner Scott is going to find his way back into that spot because the Dodgers just paid too much money for him. They're not going to demote this guy and not have him on the roster or not pitch in high-leverage situations, right? If he's healthy, he's going to pitch in the big moments. Whereas Jansen, I don't know. Jansen could be more of a setup guy at this point of his career. I just don't see it. I don't see I just can't see it. I don't think he's at that level anymore that he was, 6, 7, 8 years ago. It's just not the same Kenley Jansen. So, what does everybody think, though? Should the Dodgers trade for Kenley at this point in his career? Would you give him another shot? Would you, think about it. It's a big risk that the Dodgers would be taking, a huge risk if they were to trade for Kenley. It would be a huge story. We're going to find out in the next few days. So definitely going to be super exciting to cover the Dodgers this week. Dodgers taking on the Red Sox tonight, just in a few hours, out at Fenway Park. Won the first game. Let's try to get a series win today. National TV game. Everybody's going to be watching around the country. And always fun to play at Fenway Park, right? It's one of my favorite ballparks to watch baseball games. I've actually never been to that park in person. It's one of the parks I want to visit. Been to many baseball parks, but not that one. But yeah, definitely going to be a good game tonight. Yesterday, the Dodgers got the win. So hopefully they can, get another W tonight. As always, make sure to subscribe. If you're a Dodger fan or a baseball fan, hit that subscribe button. And let's go Dodgers. Woo!